This episode of On the Line is presented to you by Living.fit, your one stop for all your fitness needs. Make sure you go download the app Living.fit today. Now here's the show. Welcome to On the Line. Today is Friday, February 25th. We got a great show for you guys, but first and foremost, if you're listening on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iHeart, whatever you're listening to, hit that follow. Maybe leave a review, 5-star, maybe. I don't know. Not telling you to do that, but hey, you do you. Anyway, great show. Got Jeremiah Wells, UFC fighter. Went viral a couple weeks ago from tripping in the cage and then choking a dude out unconscious. So that was pretty cool. After that, joined by friend of the program, fan favorite, Scalabrini Jr., the Arcatecht, James Arca. Great time talking to him. Harry unfortunately couldn't be there for that, but we digress. We wrap up the show though with our gold medals of the week. That's a great time. Make sure you check that out. We have some good ones for you. And then we wrap up with our UFC Vegas 49 Islam Makhachev and Bobby Green preview. So without further ado, here is Jeremiah Wells. We are joined by a very special guest. He went viral a couple weeks, about a week and a half or so, maybe 2 weeks ago. And he's taking it with a good heart. We are joined by Jeremiah Wells. My man, how we doing?
I'm doing good, man. How y'all?
Doing great. So what do you think my first question is going to be? I'll give you that.
Everybody, first question. How did I trip?
well, sort of. Yeah, I just kind of let's just go through the process. What? Right. So but first off, why were you running in the circle? I'm just curious. What was the thought process?
So my thought process was I just wanted to circle around him to, back him over to my corner and then take him down over there. So I can hear, my corner loud and clear. So that was the whole plan.
Okay, so then what we can do, and I don't know what you should do. You still have time. You can spin zone this as like you tripped on purpose, and you did that all on purpose to get him within your range, so then you could take him down. Like I think you should take that spin zone to start blasting that out.
Yeah, that kind of worked too. It kind of worked out with my,
So it did. Well, obviously, yes, it did work out. I mean, you're riding high, got the dub, got the win. But yeah. No, so again, obviously you trip, you make the best of it. Now you're doing this meme contest. How's the meme contest going? What's going on with it? Explain it for us.
Well, it's not as popping as I thought it would be, but yeah, we got some nice memes in there. DMs that I got to go through.
I mean, we can help out. I think I can work something out. We can join in and we can help get this thing a little bit more popping. How are your thoughts on that? We can help you out with this.
That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, we'll help you out here. I'll talk to some of my people. We'll get the same popping. Let's get the same popping because I think there's a lot of opportunities with it. Again, you're taking it like a champ, so I mean, you're making a meme contest. What's been the best one so far you've seen?
Oh man, the best one so far I've seen. The one where they all grouped up and they're looking at their phone and then they see the fight and then they just start running away, start backing up. That one was pretty funny, Or the one with the girls tripping, it was a couple of them. It was funny.
So the game. So let's talk about this fight because originally you weren't even supposed to fight Blood Diamond. You're supposed to fight. What was it? No, it wasn't Jake. It was Tim Means. You're supposed to fight Tim Means, and that fight backs out. Yeah. Kind of been your career. It's kind of like you get set up with someone, doesn't happen. You come in short notice. So you go in to fight Blood Diamond. You spoil his debut, choke him out. Was the game plan? It sounds like it was, but was the game plan always to be grapple heavy?
No, the game plan was to stand with him first. Just see how his striking really is, and if it didn't go my way, then take him down. I knew once I get my hands around him, he's going to sleep.
I mean, he did. So he did. So again, as I said a minute ago, you always go through. You've had this process throughout your entire UFC career. You signed the dotted line, and you haven't fought that person yet. Is it at the point now where, like, let's say I don't know who you're signing. You haven't signed anything yet that I'm aware of, but are you just at the point now where if you sign a contract, you're like, well, you know what, I'll probably fight someone else.
Yeah, it's like that. I'm always ready. I really am always ready to fight anyone. So it really doesn't matter as long as I get in there and perform for my fans. That's what matters.
And so. Again, as I said, that's all happened. You're supposed to debut back in 2020. Then you didn't fight for over a year. Like, what was kind of reason for that big gap between the debut and then your actual debut?
It was kind of frustrating, But I had I could afford a couple different organizations, but I wanted to wait for the UFC because that's what I've been fighting for, but yeah, I just wanted to stay patient and just stay ready, and ready for whoever, because I knew anyone could fall out any moment. So once I got that call, I was definitely ready.
So it's just a waiting game then between 2020 and 2021, just kind of waiting it out, waiting for the opportunity.
Game, yeah, being like I said, it was being patient. Like I had a couple, I could afford in Bellator, I could afford in PFL. I had a couple offers to fight there, and I didn't want that. I wanted the UFC. That was my ultimate goal.
That's everyone's goal. It's the pinnacle of the sport. That's where you want to be. That's where you should be. And again, obviously you should be. I mean, you've won, you got 2 finishes. You've beaten big time vet Warley Alves. And then you finished, you spoiled the debut of Blood Diamond. And I know one of your big bucket list items, apparently, especially at this last fight, was to get that picture with Sean Shelby. Did you get that picture with Sean Shelby yet?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, no.
Or Dana White. I want to get a picture with Dana White too. So I got it. So, I'll have time.
You got time. I mean, you got the next fight after that, whenever. You got a bunch of time for it. The best picture, though, is when you get them both together. That should be the goal.
Yeah, it'll be a bonus.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Would be a bonus. So, I got one more question before we move on to my intern who hasn't said a word yet, and I'll explain that here in a second. But I know you're a Philly guy. Who are you more excited to see leave? Was it Ben Simmons or Carson Wentz?
I'm not really familiar with them really like that. Football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sheesh. I haven't really kept up with football like that. So I wouldn't, I don't want to say Ben Simmons or, and not get that correct.
There's no right answer. Everyone's different how they feel about it. So you're not a football or basketball guy. So you just watch MMA all the time. Is that kind of what you do?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I used to be like football and basketball, but yeah, I kind of fell off.
Just watch just fights every weekend.
Yeah, just fights. I'm too busy. To my head's everywhere. To the like.
Let's say, yeah, you got the side job we talked about earlier. You got full-time training to be a UFC fighter. And on top of that, it's just there's so much you got to do. You you'll probably barely have any time whatsoever, like in free time. You probably at that point you just want to relax, not just do anything, just kind of chill, hang out.
I'm dibbling dabbling in crypto too, also. So.
Do you have an ape?
Huh?
Do you have one of those? Do you have an ape?
An ape? No, I don't have an ape. I got my own NFT.
Oh, is the NFT? Do you have an NFT of the cage?
Huh?
Do you have an NFT of the cage, like the cage strip?
No. I should make one right now.
I
got one of me just yelling and stuff. It's on my Twitter. It's on my Twitter page.
Okay.
So on my Twitter page, you got hop on that, click on it.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I think that would be something, and then as you continue in your career and as you rise, people go back and see that NFT of you tripping. They're like, "Oh shit, that's a great NFT. I think you should sell that. That's an idea."
Yeah,
me and you. I want 15% of it though. But anyway, so you're some royalties, yes. So okay, so you're in the crypto then. Are you Ethereum, Bitcoin, NFTs, obviously? But like, what's your big thing for crypto?
My big thing for crypto right now is game coins. I've been messing with I got my neighbor Alice, something like that. My neighbor Alice, something like that.
Okay. So anyway, as I said,
I had Shiba and everything, but I ended up fucking around and some crazy thing. My shit got hacked. They took all my shit. I don't really want to talk about it on here.
My God, that sucks, dude.
I'd invested in Shiba when it first came around, a couple months before it came out, and I was sitting on something nice, and somebody did me dirty. So I don't want to talk about that shit.
I wouldn't want to talk about it either, dude. Like
it is.
There's not. I didn't have anything even close to like that. But like a year ago, literally around a year ago today was when remember Dogecoin exploded. You had like the AMC and the GameStop thing, right? I went all in on that thing, and like there's no fucking way it's all gonna drop. And then like the paper hands, I sold and I lost an absolute abysmal amount of money. So I can't relate on your level, but I have my own little level of like, damn, I got fucked. The market fucked me.
Coinbase is not what they say they are, but their security system is either that or fucking Metro, one of them. But yeah, that my neighbor Alice was pretty dope. But I got into that too also on an early, early jump.
Yeah. All right. So that's what I got for you. So I'm on my intern. So this is the way this thing works. If you've ever been asked a question you never wanted to answer before, you can literally tell them to fuck off. So this is how it works. There's 5 questions, maybe. So he'll ask you a question. If you like the question, we move on to another one. But if you don't like the question, you have to tell him to fuck off. All right. Work for us. All right, Harry, take it away.
All right, let's get it. So you're from Philly. I'm from South Jersey. I gotta ask, where's your cheesesteak spot, and what's your order when you go there?
All right, my cheesesteak spot is Max Cheesesteaks, and
Nice.
I order a cheesesteak with onions and green onions and mayonnaise. It's pretty good.
You typically go like a Whiz Wit or like
nah, American cheese.
American.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. I was just hoping you weren't gonna say like Pasadeno's or nothing.
Nah, man, I'm not a tourist, so
yeah, exactly.
I've been here for a long time. I know where the spots are. I got some more holes in the walls, but that's mine. I'm not letting nobody else know about those.
Perfect. Hey, once you find those holes, you got to keep them secret. Like those are genuine gems that never need to be let out into the light of day.
Yeah.
But so you said you weren't a big sports, like you didn't follow the Eagles or like the Sixers that much. But what's your favorite thing to do when you're back home in the city? Like just to kick around the city and do stuff. Like do you go to the art museum or like anything like that?
Well, my favorite thing to do in the city, let me see. It's train, man. I train a lot.
Train?
I go to different gyms and train or whatever. Or I just cruise around the city on my longboard. Nice. On American Street is a nice little strip. I just shoot down there with my headphones on and just cruising. Nice flat surface.
Yep.
Just take my time. Yeah, man. I'm just chilling. Like to chill when I can.
So, like, what kind of music do you like to listen to while you're like practicing and training? Is there anything bumping while you go?
I listen to like Kevin Gates.
That's a great choice.
NBA YoungBoy. A little bit of who else? What else I listen to? I listen to a lot of some good music.
Mix any Meek in there for
Meek.
Oh yeah,
kind of thing. My bad. Yeah, Meek.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Philly rappers too. Also,
absolutely. I mean, I feel like the music scene in Philly is really underrated, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
you listen to Juicy World.
Yeah.
My nephews and my sons be putting me on to them, so
that's great. Yeah. But all right. Let's move on. Question 4 now, I think it is.
Yep, we're on 4.
Yep. All right. So, do you like to play video games while you chill, or do you like to watch?
I play Call of Duty.
Playing Call of Duty? Yeah. Ooh. Did you? Yeah. So, what's your favorite loadout to use while you're playing that?
Don't talk about loadout. My son tells me my loadout sucks, so I don't.
Yes, he just goes on TikTok. I bet what your son does, he probably just goes on TikTok and sees whatever's the meta gun. It's like, Dad, you have to do this. That's probably what he does.
I still got to get him to hook my loadout out.
Yeah.
So,
what was your favorite map then? Are you a Verdansk guy, or are you a Rebirth guy, or are you a Caldera guy?
Rebirth. Yeah, I like Rebirth.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
All right. Last one here. What's your favorite COD of all time though? Like, is it the current one? Do you like Modern Warfare 2?
I like the old. What was the old one like? I think it was Black Ops.
Black Ops.
Yeah.
That was the OG. I mean, that was a classic installment. Yeah. But yeah.
All right. That's what we got, man. So obviously, there we go. There's the interview. Nice, quick, and sweet. Anything else you want to promote, man? Go ahead.
No, not nobody paying me nothing. So some money, I'll start promoting something.
All right.
We gotta get the bag.
Gotta get the bag. More NFTs. Yes.
They're coming.
All right, man. So for us, for Jeremiah, we're out.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Have a good one. That was a great interview with our man, Jeremiah Wells. But I want to again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.fit. Living.fit is a health and wellness company that'll help you achieve all your fitness goals, from building muscle, losing fat, or maybe trying something a little bit new. Not only are the workout programs so they can help with your nutrition and help build out your personal gym. And for all my personal trainers out there looking to get certified in kettlebell and battle rope movements, they're the place to be. Make sure you go visit the website or download the app living.fit today. Now here is the Arcatecht, James Arca. The NBA is back. We, by very special demand, we did not get Brian Scalabrine. He's coming on in a couple weeks. But with the NBA back, we brought back a fan favorite. He's the next best thing to Brian Scalabrine. It's the Arcatecht himself, James Arca. James, how we doing?
Thank you, Tommy, for having me back. I'm definitely not going to live up to Scalabrine, but I'll do my best. Definitely a big fan of those podcasts, but we'll go through the trade deadline. I got some notes here, winners and losers, but overall a pretty exciting.
It was there was only, I thought there was like 2 or 3 trades, but let's go through the list. We'll start with the number. Let's start with what you got right and what you got wrong. You got pretty much everything wrong out of the 48 trades you sent my way. What you did drill though was CJ McCollum to the Pelicans. So claps, kudos. Yeah. Everyone give props to James Arca on Twitter, even though he doesn't have a Twitter. You did during the conversation we said, what about James Harden to get dealt to the 76ers? And you said no. You said that will not happen.
No.
It did happen, and that was by far the biggest trade. You were semi-close with the Kings and Pacers, so kudos to that, but you didn't get any of the players right. And then LeVert didn't mention a thing about LeVert getting traded to the Cavaliers, and he was literally traded the day it got released. So, you're no longer the trade wizard. You're now the Arcatecht because you got one right, though. So
fair enough.
We've removed the wizard claim, but now you're just the Arcatecht. So let's start with the one that you definitely got wrong and said would never happen. Let's start with the James Harden trade, Mr. James Arca. Let's talk about it. Go ahead. You go first.
So, okay. The last thing we talked about this, I think we all agreed on this. Does KD respect Simmons enough to trade away Harden, who he knows is a great player? There was definitely, some things in the background between Kyrie, KD, and Harden, which probably drove a lot of, the reason why Harden left there. But you got to look at, Morey and the Sixers. They definitely won the trade, don't you think?
Yes and no. Yes, in terms of, I think the most underrated player in that entire trade was Seth Curry.
Yeah,
I think that shooting alone to the Nets is massive. And then we also have to put in the fact that the vaccine mandate is gone. So now you are going to get full Kyrie. But even more importantly, this is something I was thinking about. How many burner accounts do you think Kevin Durant has set up to shit on Ben Simmons if he doesn't work?
He probably already has burner accounts set up, for Harden.
Well, I think that's half the reason Harden hated him or didn't like him.
Yeah, that was a given. But yeah, that comes back to our conversation last week or 2 weeks ago when we were talking about this. Does he respect Simmons? Do other NBA stars respect him? Usually players demand trades or sit out if they're at a star level. Simmons hasn't proven anything to get to the point where he could have done something like that. And he made a lot of excuses. He talked about mental health. For guys like DeRozan and Kevin Love who have been very open about that. I think, some other NBA players may have got offended about that. He's in Brooklyn. He's going to play. All of a sudden the mental health issues are gone. We don't know him personally, so we can't speak on that directly. But, it definitely had to do with his relationship with Embiid and, the comments that Doc Rivers made in the playoffs. Rivers said, or they asked him, do you think he's a championship level point guard? And I think
let's answer the question. What did Doc Rivers say?
Yeah.
No.
I think he said, I don't know. I don't even think he said no straight up.
That's saying no.
So
that's
Simmons is a little bit soft.
A little bit.
He's
no. We're very lucky Harry's not here. He'd be going all in on about how much he hates Ben Simmons and how excited he is and how the Sixers are now title contenders, which they were to begin with. But if you go to a 7-game series, do you think the 76ers beat the Brooklyn Nets fully healthy?
Yes, absolutely. And the reason I think so is because of Joel Embiid. So, Jokic and Embiid, they're probably, 1 and 2 in the MVP discussion, depending on, who you think is having a better season. But I don't know on the Nets who is stopping Embiid. The Nets, they did get Seth Curry. I love that for them. They needed shooting, but some of their best players are
the only guy they got.
So they
is Drummond.
just got Drummond.
It's Drummond. That's really it.
Yeah. So, and you've seen how Embiid bullies
Yeah,
Drummond.
it's not fun.
He's got his numbers, so I'm not worried about that. But they have a lot of small players. They have Goran Dragic, they have Patty Mills,
Can we
Seth
also talk about
Curry,
how funny it is that
Kyrie.
Dragic was like literally in Miami, going to Miami Heat games and like
Yeah,
begging to be put on the Heat, and then they didn't even sign him?
and he just goes to Brooklyn. And then meanwhile, the Mavericks banked on trying to sign him in the buyout market, and they ended up getting Dinwiddie instead.
Does no one want to
So
play with Luka? I
yeah,
think that's a
definitely.
question we need to start asking. I mean, Porzingis is already gone, and now Dragic didn't even want to play with him. I'm just throwing questions out there that maybe the Architect can answer.
Well, I don't think the Mavs have had an opportunity really to give Luka that star. They traded for Porzingis before they drafted Luka, so they already threw away their draft capital. In terms of free agent signings, they had a lot of money tied up in Hardaway. That Porzingis deal was pretty much a dump. That Bertans contract is
It's
terrible.
a terrible contract.
Dinwiddie, he's coming off injury, so we can be a little bit easier on him. He's a pretty decent player. But yeah, I mean that's pretty fair. Eventually, the Mavs will need to get another guy.
Now, I want to point out you are wearing pinstripes right now. You're wearing a Yankees jersey, and before we got on the conversation, you said, "Yeah, I'll tell you who it is. Don't get antsy. I want to tell it for the podcast." I want to point out and say this: I have not given you your pinstripes yet. Can you tell me which jersey you're wearing so I can give you maybe
all right,
give you your pinstripes?
fair enough.
Judge,
Aaron Judge,
because you're the trade judge.
and yeah, I'm the trade
All right,
judge.
pinstripes are earned. Pinstripes are earned.
Judge could have been a tight end in football. He probably could have been a basketball player. This is one of those guys who could have probably played.
Too bad he plays for a poverty franchise like the New York Yankees. Let's move on to another poverty franchise, the Sacramento Kings. On your document, you put the Kings get Sabonis. I reworded it for you to properly say it, which is the Pacers got Tyrese Halliburton. Can you please explain to me why the Pacers are now the 2024 NBA champions?
Okay, well, I don't know if they're NBA champions, but they're definitely the winners of this trade deadline by far. Sabonis is a nice player. Don't get me wrong. I do like him. For a modern big, he checks a lot of the boxes off. But they got Halliburton. He's on a rookie deal. He's a potential all-star. And for the Kings, what are they doing? Halliburton literally said that he wanted to be a King. No one in the NBA wants to be drafted to the Kings, and they drafted a guy who wants to be in the Kings, and then they traded him away. So, for the Pacers, great move.
If he's willing to stay in Sacramento, he's going to stay in Indianapolis. Yeah. So that's what I'm taking away from that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's not California, but who knows? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if Sacramento's a huge.
It's California though. It's like the weather's usually nice.
Yeah, it's still Cali.
But the taxes and the Russians. But anyway, back to the Pacers being the future NBA champions.
Yeah, but I mean, for the Kings, they trade for a Sabonis for what to get into the play-in tournament. I know they had 3 guards. They had Fox, they had Mitchell, they had Halliburton, so it got a little crowded back there. And I know they shopped around Fox a little bit, so that's probably why they ended up getting rid of Halliburton. But what does this move do for them?
Nothing. Like it made no sense because Fox was in terms of contracts, that made the most sense to get rid of just because you have Halliburton for a while, you get him as a restricted free agent, and then Halliburton, for Fox, what have they signed the extension yet? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fox.
Yeah. So then you only have like 4 years left with him, and then when he opts out, he's gone forever. Probably, we will be. Probably go to the Miami Heat or LA or I don't know, one of those teams that all those fans think they're going to go to, and then they'll end up on like the fucking Minnesota Timberwolves. But yeah, that one didn't make any sense. I was happy to get rid of Jeremy Lamb.
And you got back Buddy Hield, and he is a decently sized contract.
He's a great guy to bring off the bench.
Shooting
bring
him
off the bench. Yeah.
Oh yeah, shooting. You can trade him in the future. I know the Pacers are trying to balance, getting some draft picks, but also they want to, they don't want to tank. They're not that franchise. They never have been.
Oh no, we're tanking this year. They're sorry, not we. I'm not on the team. I'm not a part of the team. I gotta, but they are properly tanking this year. They're doing all the right aspects. I think Brogdon, if they were like in playoff contention, I guarantee
Mhm.
Brogdon will be playing right now. I generally think that's part of the tank, and that's why he's not playing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that's why, Buddy Hield next year could be a big part of that, winning culture. So definitely winners on my end of things. And then if we just want to jump to
The pick you got right. Oh
LeVert
no, we'll go
trade.
to that one. No. I was gonna give you props. No, fuck
okay.
that. No. Go.
We'll do
No. Go back to
wrong.
LeVert. Go back to LeVert.
Okay. Yeah, LeVert. So, honestly, I thought the Pacers probably could have got a little bit more, but not terrible on their end. Obviously he's had injury history, but for the Cavs, they've gotten Jared Allen and LeVert for virtually nothing. They've drafted well. They've got Garland, Mobley. Sexton, we still have to see if they want to pay him or not, if they're going to trade him. But yeah, the Cavs have set them up to succeed, and they're all on the same timeline. They're all about the same age.
They're setting up perfectly for LeBron to come back for 1 year and then go to wherever. I would not be shocked. I've said this on the podcast already like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's setting this up to play 1 year in Cleveland on a minimum contract and then play wherever Bronny gets drafted. He's setting it up perfectly. Win 1 more championship in Cleveland and then do whatever and probably be dog shit wherever his last year is. Because whoever drafts Bronny is probably some. What if Bronny gets drafted by like who's a terrible team? Who's a not terrible team? What's like a market? Who's a market no one wants to play for?
Like the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
New Orleans Pelicans or Sacramento Kings, a team that normally
Pelicans.
LeBron wouldn't
The Pelicans
go to.
would make sense because of David Griffin.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I can get LeBron back.
Well, he won't be there by that time. He's getting fired.
We also we'll get to the Pelicans. I have a beef not with them but with someone else on the Pelicans. But anyway, back to talking about how the LeVert trade. The other thing I liked about that trade, in retrospect, at the time it seemed like, what the fuck are they doing? But they used one of the picks to go get Halliburton. So it kind of made sense in retrospect, saying like, oh, they did this to get more capital to go get an actual like future superstar. LeVert, I think he's a great player, great piece. He's not like a superstar potential guy. Halliburton, on the other hand, he's a legit, like he could be a superstar caliber player. And like that's for the Pacers. That's how you got to operate. And it's like they learned pretty quickly. It wasn't LeVert. They found the nice piece to go next to Lance Stevenson going forward.
And just some other trades the Pacers made that were a little bit more under the radar. Jalen Smith trade, great trade. What are the Suns doing? They wouldn't pick up his 3rd-year option. He was a 10th overall pick. Yes, he hasn't played amazing. He didn't do much for them in the playoffs when they needed.
He just never got minutes.
Pretty desperately. He just never got minutes. Yeah, but they could have traded. They could have drafted Halliburton at 10 in that draft. They gave him away. Torrey Craig was on the team last year. He's a nice piece, but the 10th overall pick. It
doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And the worst, what sucks about this trade for the Pacers in terms of Jalen Smith, though, what sucks, which is weird to say, is actually like they can only pay him like $3 million. Like there's like a cap what they can pay him for because of the way the whole contract stuff works. So they gotta hope no one pries him away because he's looked good enough to where if you're a team like, let's say the Orlando Magic, who I think we're just gonna dog on them all night, they can just throw him $5 million. And the Pacers like, fuck, I can't back him up. We can't back that money, which sucks. But in retrospect, though, like fuck it, give the guy a chance, let him play. If he sucks, it's great for the tank. If he's good, maybe you can convince him to stay and you get signed to a 1-year contract, give him a bigger contract later down the road. We hinted at it earlier. There's one trade though I did not see on your thing. This is a quick little aside. Where the fuck is Bol?
I was going through all the trades and I was thinking, what do I need to include? What's not important? Bol. I said
you take that the fuck back. He wasn't just. Let's just get this out of the way. Bol's hurt. He wasn't traded just once. He was traded twice because he's such a hot commodity.
Yeah,
everyone wants Bol. Everyone wants Bol. Yeah. So how is he not important?
He was in the G League for a little bit.
Yeah, because right? Mike Malone hates Bol. Mike Malone is a Bol hater.
Yeah, do you remember when the Nuggets had a lot of injuries and they
refused to play Bol?
No. They played him for there was a few game stretch. It may have been in the beginning of last season. It was like Jokic, Bol. I think they still had Jeremy Grant, or this may have been 2 years. Yeah, it was like they just had an all big lineup.
Sick.
So who knows? I mean, I like Bol Bol in 2K, but let's see if he's actually
He is
good
good in real life. He just hasn't been given a chance yet. We've been dogging on the Magic. I just want to point this out real quick. I love the Magic's young
Yeah.
core. Jalen Suggs,
Oh
Markel
yeah,
Fultz isn't even playing right now.
Wagner.
Wagner, you got Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony has
Dude,
some game.
he's clutch, low key. He's like a low key clutch
Yeah.
guy. Jonathan Isaac, fucking
Yep.
yeah.
Great
They have
defender.
a good young core.
They just traded for when they traded Vucevic away, they got why am I forgetting his name? The guy from the Bulls.
I don't know.
Big man.
Wendell Carter. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that doesn't matter. He's not going to play because Bol's taking all of his minutes. So let's move on to the. Let's move on to the team that's going to get LeBron James here in 4 years. It's the New Orleans Pelicans.
Okay.
Before we talk about this trade to get CJ McCollum, first off, I want to say this. I think this is a great trade for the Pelicans in terms of like building a team around Zion. And then Zion's bitching about the fact that they're not a good franchise, blah, blah, blah. The dude's only played 3 more games and it's Greg Oden through 3 years. Like, I don't know how you can be 21 years old and already saying, I want out. I'm too good for this shit. Like, that's damn. No one's talking about it. I'll say it. It's kind of like Ben Simmons.
Yeah, no, it's very similar. You know, at least Ben Simmons, when he did play, he never got hurt. Before this whole charade where he wasn't playing, he was, a pretty healthy player. He played minutes. Zion hasn't proven anything. JJ Redick mentioned that, he pretty much thought he was immature for not reaching out to CJ.
JJ also played with Zion.
But I'm actually.
He also played with Zion. So he has like literal experience
his
with
last
it.
year. Yeah. Yep. I'm not as high on this trade for the Pelicans. I do like CJ McCollum. I get what they're doing. But, Zion's not bought in. The best case scenario is he comes back at the end of the year. They make a run, in the play-in tournament. But the thing is, they traded away Lonzo. They traded away Holiday for picks. They traded first-round picks to get Devontae Graham and McCollum, who are 2 undersized guards who don't play defense. Meanwhile, Lonzo and Holiday are 2 of the best, defensive guards in the NBA. So the direction they're going in, I don't think it's very clear. They were trying to do the full tank. They're trying to go back on that.
It's like they don't know how to properly go forward. It's like they're like in the situation the Pacers are in without the success the Pacers have had. But they actually have like a potential superstar in Zion, and they just don't know what the fuck they're. I feel like they're kind of building around Zion, but also not building around Zion because they're not sure what the fuck he wants. Because the buzzword is legitimately being thrown around at this point. That's the other crazy thing. It's like he's legitimately getting that buzz because he can't stay healthy and on the court. I don't think it's just like the hard and fat suit situation. I think his foot is legitimately fucked, and the fact that he's holding the Pelicans hostage the way he is kind of bullshit.
Let me bring up another player who we can compare him to right now. Joel Embiid. He started basketball late. I think he started playing at like 15 or 16 years old.
Oh, he had all those injuries in the early part of his career.
Yeah, he had a lot of injuries. He got through them. He's been pretty consistent staying on the floor now. But Embiid has had a great attitude compared to Zion. I don't think he's ever been told no in his life compared to Embiid. He started the game a lot later. They both dealt with injuries, but Embiid did something about it. He, started a diet. He started to eat healthier. He, took advice, when, Shaq and all those guys are giving, some of the younger players a hard time. Embiid actually, took that and, he recognized that criticism and did something about it. Simmons, he does not take criticism well. Zion's not taking criticism well. So some of these younger guys, you can see it, it's not.
Embiid had fun too with the whole rebuild too. The process. His nickname is literally the process. And his whole thing was always trust the process. So like that's another thing. I think that's also why I feel like he's a very likable guy, but also a super hateable guy. But if you watch the 76ers and they sucked, you just have this thing where like you just can't hate the Sixers because you watch the process. And Joel's just such a lot. I think he's so funny. He's a funny dude. Which is also another thing too. Is like they bring in Ben Simmons as a part of that core, and he was just such a little. Also, he's a little bitch about it. But anyway, it pissed. The whole Zion situation is just infuriating because, like, I understand if a guy like Damian Lillard's been in Portland for years, and I don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Hasn't complained one time.
He doesn't. He's literally keeps saying, "I'm not. I don't want to get traded. I want to stay here forever. I want to stay here in my career." Like he's dealt with all that shit. Bradley Beal's trying to weather that
Yeah.
storm in Washington. You got these
Mhm.
players who are in significantly worse situations. Also, I don't understand why no one wants to live in New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans. I love that
There's
city.
something about so Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, and now Zion. They're going to have 3 all-time great players. You know, we'll see about Zion, but 3 all-time great talents at least who don't want to play there. That's an issue. We don't know if, you know, maybe that city is only a football city. You know, they're Jameis Winston town.
Damn
We know
right,
that for
baby.
sure.
Damn right.
But maybe they're just not a
Maybe
basketball
not.
city. Maybe, you know, Seattle gets a team back. You know,
These
that's
players
maybe
love to
the case.
party, and that's what I don't understand. New Orleans is literally party. Like, you go down there, there's no rules. Like, why
Yeah.
for all
Well,
these
I
guys who want
think
to party, Zion
Zion,
just eats all the food.
yeah, he's eating all the food. That's the issue down there. But what do you think about this from the Portland perspective? Because I honestly don't think they got a whole lot. I do like Josh Hart. They got a 2022 first round pick.
like what they're doing. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of
Yeah.
like it.
Okay,
But
fair
not
enough.
entirely. But
And
like in
then
terms of like going forward, in
yeah,
terms of this year,
direction.
it all makes sense.
Yeah,
They,
they had to blow
blew
it
it up,
up.
and I think they did
They
it
had to blow it
well.
up.
I love Josh Hart. I think Josh Hart's like the
Mhm.
perfect 6-man.
Yeah,
Eric Bledsoe,
yeah,
Justice Winslow, if he's
he plays
healthy,
hard.
he's solid.
Mhm.
He was really solid in LA.
Yeah,
And then also Keon Johnson's another low key,
mhm.
like really good young player. But
Yeah. I will say they gave away Powell and Covington. You know, they traded first round picks for them. You know, what they're getting out of that is Keon Johnson. He may be the best player of that group in a few years here. You know, who knows? But you know, they did trade a lot of first round picks to build this team, and it really
and it
went
props to
nowhere.
them though for just being like realizing it's not going to work and getting rid of it. Which there's
Yeah.
teams like the Pacers in the past who've like they
Mhm.
refuse to move on from players. Look at what the
Mhm.
Grizzlies have done. They just get a bunch of
Yeah.
young talent and it just works. You just let them
Mhm.
develop and it works. Let's keep moving down the list. One of the most underrated moves of the entire
Yep.
deadline was I thought the Bucks getting Serge Ibaka. I love that
Mhm.
move. Ibaka's a winning
Yeah.
player. He helps defend the post
Mhm.
for like he's a great like small ball 5.
He, he's going to take Lopez's minutes while he's hurt.
Exactly. The only
Yep.
thing the Bucks did wrong was get rid of Boogie Cousins, but I digress. It does suck to see Dante leave. I like that. That
Yeah.
was obvious. I remember there's one game. No one cares about your bets. I remember I live bet the under because the Bucks were up by like 40, and the Bucks were letting Dante play because they're just trying to up his trade value and hits like 5 threes in the final
Yeah.
minute. I'm like, bro, stop fucking shooting. You're up so much. But it was obvious they were trying to get his trade value up, and now he's on the Kings. But yeah, that was I like the trade for the Bucks, even though you got rid of Dante for it. It works.
I'm a little bit indifferent about it. I mean, I like Serge Ibaka, but I don't know how much he has left in the tank. Maybe Ibaka of 2 years ago, this would have been a great move. But I just think it, you know, Dante, I think, you know, he had a little bit of defensive grit. Their wing depth is a little bit, you know, weak right now in the playoffs. I think that's going to be important, especially, you know, if they just go with Giannis at the 5. But, you know, Dante, he wasn't shooting well this year. You know, this kind of made up. They were going to trade him for Bogdanovich anyway. That didn't work
Dude,
out.
imagine if the Bucks got
So,
Bogdanovich.
yeah.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah,
keep
that would have been
thinking
huge for
about
them.
that. If they had the team of like Giroux, Bogdanovich, Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Lopez, like that would have been nuts. That team would have
Yep.
been bonkers. But no, the thing too is I think another big reason they pulled the trigger on this trade too is they got some picks they can use in the future for trades, which is I
Yeah,
think that was the biggest
exactly.
takeaway from that.
He was their only trade chip they had.
Another kind of low key move. We've already talked about the Mavericks.
Mhm.
The Celtics. Moving on from
Yep.
Robio Langford, IU legend, and Josh Richardson for Derek
Yep.
White. I kind of like the Spurs. They
I think this is a win-win
I
trade.
think it's a
This
massive.
is a win-win trade.
I think it's a massive win for the Spurs.
So I actually have a few things. So I looked this up before we hopped on here. The Spurs actually have 11 first-round picks and 11 second-round picks until 2028. So a little bit low-key.
They're like the second
radar.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
You know, yeah. I mean, the Thunder, the people, I think they like 35, 36 picks, you know, in the next few years here. But the Spurs are collecting a lot of picks here. Derek White's a nice young player. They don't really need him. They have a lot of guards. They have Lonnie Walker. Obviously, they have DeJounte Murray. You know, they have a few other guys. You know, they just drafted Primo as well. So they didn't really need Derek White. For the Celtics, I love this move. Between him and Smart, they're both kind of combo guards. but I think together they work. Derek White makes the right passes. He's a smart player, and immediately when he joined the team, they started winning. So that was a positive. And then from the Spurs perspective, they're getting 2 first-round picks. One of them is a 2028 first-round pick swap, number 1 overall protected. So that could be huge. We don't know. 2028 is a long time away. Those are the kind of picks that people forget about and end up
It's
being
like that.
huge.
It's like on trade day.
So
you're like, how the
we'll
fuck?
see.
You're
Yeah,
like, wait. I thought
yeah.
the
How did that
Spurs
happen?
were like the 2 seed. How the fuck are they drafting 10th overall? It's just like it blows. That's the crazy thing with the
Exactly.
swaps. So, all right, let's.
Yep.
Is there any other trade you really want to get into, other than the fact that you ignored Bol?
Okay, perfect. So I actually want to talk about the trades that didn't happen. I'll give you one winner and one loser. First winner I'm going to give you are the Memphis Grizzlies. So what we talked about last time, we talked about a few different moves that can make, maybe upgrading the forward position, going for Harrison Barnes, maybe even Sabonis. But I'm actually glad that they didn't make a move between, Kyle Anderson and I think they have, Tyus Jones also. Between those 2 contracts, they have about 18, 19 million in expirings coming off the books next or at the end of this year. So they have some, free agent money to work with. But I'm actually glad, they have chemistry. I don't know if you
They have
want
a
to mess
great
with
young
that.
core.
So
They
I
have a
think it's
great young
actually,
core.
yeah, they're the winner. They're another winner of the trade deadline just for doing nothing.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll give my first winner since you gave away winner. My first winner,
Yeah.
no bias, the Indiana Pacers. They're going to win the NBA
Yep.
championship in 2024. They got the superstar. This is my hot take. I think Halliburton's the best player they've had
Mhm.
since Paul George. I think Oladipo's year was a fluke.
Oh,
I think
all
that
right.
1 year was a fluke.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't done it since. He's been injury prone since, but I
Mhm.
digress. Halliburton, he is a superstar. I think he's going to kill it. I like Duarte. I like the line. I like the whole. They got rid of Sabonis. I'm very anti Sabonis. Great guy. Just think in terms of the
Yeah.
modern.
And they kept
And they kept
Turner.
for now.
Are you happy that
Very
they
happy
kept
they
Turner
kept Turner because he's the
for
only.
now?
He's another guy. Like
Mhm.
again, we talk about this Kings. Why did
Yeah.
you trade Halliburton? Because he said he wants to be in
Mhm.
Sacramento. Turner is like, I want to be in Indiana for my entire career. So like, why the fuck would you trade the guy who
Yeah.
says I want to be in Indiana when no one wants to be in Indiana? But
And he's a winner of the trade deadline
yeah,
too. He was a good teammate to Sabonis. They were friends, but you had to think they probably were competing for similar positions on the
yeah.
floor. It made open the floor up a little bit for
It's
Turner
also it was
now.
one of those things too where he was the longest tenured pacer. These guys come in, he took the back
Mhm.
seat, and they stuck with him. I'm happy for it as a guy who's like Turner as a pacer for his entire career. I like seeing that, but they're my big winners
Yep.
though, because they're finally like they have a modern lineup finally, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my
Exactly.
first loser. My first
Okay.
loser is
Go for it.
Enos Freedom. He's out of the league.
To
He's
the
out of the
Rockets.
league.
Yep.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, according to some, and he's out of the league. This is just ludicrous, but he is a loser, according to the NBA trade deadline, because he is no longer playing NBA basketball.
For the time being, we'll see what happens. When we get closer to the playoffs,
He'll probably get signed by a team desperate for a big.
Yeah, he can rebound. That's the one thing he's good at. So yeah, he'll definitely help them out. I think it was hilarious.
There's
that
just
the
no
Celtics,
defense in Freedom.
Yeah. No defense in
Freedom.
So the Celtics last year played Daniel Tice pretty much every minute of every game. Danny Ainge trades him away, and what does Brad
brings
Stevens
him
do
back
the second he becomes GM? He brings him back. So that's I'm going to give another winner to Daniel Tice for getting back on the Celtics. But I'll give you my biggest loser has to be the Lakers.
Oh, they're actually Lakers. That's my loser too. Is the Lakers as well?
Yep. They couldn't have done anything. As
that's
of
bullshit.
This moment,
they could have done something. They could have done something. If you're the Lakers, you've seen limited John Wall. You know what you have in Russell Westbrook, and that chemistry and everything's not working. Why do you not just take the first round pick in John Wall and just see what happens?
That 2027 first round pick, that team will not have Anthony Davis or LeBron. That may be a very high pick.
But you only have LeBron for maybe one more year. And this,
right.
you are on crack. You're on crack if you think the Lakers are going to win
Yeah.
the finals this year. So that was the whole reason I think it was just so stupid they didn't even at least try. You have to try something. If it's not working, you got to try something. And the fact that they're going to try to stick with it, I like Russ. It's sad to see him fall off this cliff the way he has. That's just kind of, but that was always the way it was going to work with the way he plays. I'm also a big John Wall guy, so I was kind of hoping John Wall would get an opportunity and he'd get freed. But losers are the Lakers because they're in a bad spot. They're in a terrible spot.
And they did this to themselves in free agency, or during that time period when they traded for Russ. So they could have got Buddy Hield. They could have tried to re-sign Caruso. Even Kuzma, as much he wasn't a perfect player on the Lakers. But at this moment, I don't know if the Lakers would rather have Russell Westbrook instead of
I think they'd
Kyle
rather
Kuzma.
have a lot of people.
Anyone,
except apparently John Wall, which is bullshit.
Well,
bullshit. Bring back John Wall.
So while we're talking about the Lakers, I know we mentioned Bronny a little bit before.
Can I get my one more winner real quick? My last winner. My last winner. Bull. He's freed. That's all I had to say. All right, back to Bronny.
All right, fair enough. LeBron pretty much set up his son by saying, "If you draft my son, you are also drafting me."
Does LeBron play like shit next year?
Yeah.
To like make sure whoever team drafts Bronny is good, or do you think, or in 2 years?
Bronny is a junior in high school. What I've heard, I haven't
I've seen he's
watched
supposed
his
to be a
game.
second rounder.
Yeah, he may be a second rounder. He could become a first rounder just by developing a little bit, being LeBron James's son. But you got to think, so he'll be a senior next year. One and done in college. People are saying maybe he'll need 2 to 3 years to develop a little bit. I think it's more likely he, is a one and done, enters the NBA, plays with his dad. But I really, I think this Cavs reunion is possible.
It's so like, what was it? Like LeBron James, it's kind of like when, how there's some people who do everything with an intention. Everything LeBron does, everything LeBron does is calculated. Like the whole,
and this whole All-Star weekend was
and like when they asked him, like, it's great to see 3 Cavaliers as All-Stars, me, Mobley, and Garland and Allen. Like the fuck, he said that on purpose. Like he's gonna go back. It's
Kevin Love's contract is expiring in 2 years. Sexton is a contract that will most likely be tradable. Lauri Markkanen, he's like 15, 16 million. By then he'll probably be
remember
like
the Bulls
million.
wanted nothing to do with
decently tradable.
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, he was supposed to be. He was their Porzingis.
By the way, we're 33 minutes in, and we haven't talked once about the Bulls. Damn, I guess we're just like the mainstream media. No, fuck that. No. We don't talk about the Bulls. We don't talk about the Bulls.
All right, we're gonna give a minute to the Bulls here for Ben Moshe and Max.
We're not gonna shout out to one big Bulls fan. He doesn't deserve credit. Yeah, if he listens to this if you're listening to this right now, my Bulls fan, at me in the group me right now.
So we did talk about last time to start off the podcast. What should the Bulls do? Should they trade Pat Williams?
Yeah,
it was great that they didn't.
We also talked about trading Zach LaVine for cash considerations
for Beal. Yeah, but no, I'm glad they're another team. I'm glad they didn't make a trade. Thad Young got traded from the Spurs to the Raptors. That could have been a guy that they targeted. They still do need size. They have, great on-ball defense in Caruso, Lonzo, but they have no rim protection at all. Vucevic isn't doing it for them. They need a big man.
P-Wall's not going to defend the rim against Giannis. Yeah, let's be real. He's not.
Yeah. As good as the Bulls are, I don't see them surviving in the playoffs at the rim defensively. With Giannis, Embiid, even the Nets, KD is just going to, go to the rim at will. So unfortunately, the Bulls are not going to.
The Bulls will at least make it past them first. Yeah. It's all. Honestly, once you get to the playoffs, if you're not the 1 seed or 2 seed, it's really like all matchup based. Like that's why the Hawks beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
Like they were matchup wise, they're so much better. Also, the Knicks are frauds, but that's neither here nor there. That's it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what goes forward with the Bulls. Bulls, it's all matchups. If they play, I haven't even seen the standings. Like if they play the Cavs are gonna walk through them. But I don't.
Yeah, that's another team. They have a lot of size. The Bulls are the 2 seed right now. so they
would
would
play the
play
winner.
the
They would play the winner
Raptors.
of the play-in. So
Mhm.
right,
Yep, yeah,
yeah.
depending on the
So the
plan.
plan right now is the Nets, Hornets, Hawks, or Wizards. Oh my! Well,
Yeah,
the Nets are the 8.
the Nets are going to
So right,
make
yeah, they
it.
play either the
Um,
Raptors
you
or the
know,
Hawks, and Clint Capella
yeah,
could eat if they
and
play.
I do like the Raptors as well. They're not going to do
They're
anything crazy,
really
but I
well
could see them
coached. They're
doing a.
really well coached.
Yeah, they're well coached. They play hard. They're pretty long. Siakam, OG, Scotty Barnes. They have length. They just got, like I mentioned, Thad Young. They still have Boucher, as you like to call him, Chris Broussard. So yeah, the Raptors can make a little bit of noise. We'll see. We'll see about the Bulls. Yeah, shout out to all the Bulls
There's your
fans
3 minute.
out
That's the most anyone's ever talked about the Bulls. So you're welcome.
there.
We're
Yeah.
the
Last thing I'll say about the Bulls, you know who they remind me of? They remind me of that Atlanta Hawks team that had Jeff Teague, Kyle
was that the team?
Korver, Al
Yeah,
Horford, Paul
the
Millsap.
Budenholzer
They were
team.
the number one
Yeah,
seed. I think they had Torian Prince as well. They were the number one seed. They won like 60 games and they didn't do anything in the
yeah.
playoffs.
That was
Um,
Budenholzer. That was
yeah,
Budenholzer.
yep, Budenholzer. Yep.
Budenhazel. All right, so we will catch up with Arca again probably in like rep for the playoffs. He is our Scal Junior, the Architect. We'll say Scal
Fair
Junior.
enough. I don't think Scal would wear a Yankee
No,
jersey,
he wouldn't.
so
But he would be
he wouldn't be
he
too
would be
happy
wearing a
about that.
backwards hat. And he'd have his banner
Yep.
in the background. That was his go-to. That's his go-to.
True.
So with that said, Arca, quick prediction: who's gonna be the 1 seed in each conference?
All right, for the East, I'm huge on the Heat right now. Even with injuries, they've been playing fantastic. Hero's been playing a lot better than
Oh,
he
yeah,
did
real quick,
last
real quick. Do
year.
you think Tyler Hero's an
Um,
all-star?
yeah, an All-Star
Are you
right
whitewashed?
now. Right now, he's
Thank
on
you.
All-Star. He'll be an
Thank you.
All-Star in the future,
Oh,
but he's on All-Star right now. In the future, for
the only
sure.
reason he's playing so well, if you put him on like, I don't know, a team that he's not the like number 4 option, and they actually have like a good defender on him.
Tommy, this guy is 22
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
He lit it up in the playoffs and made it to the finals. And he had a down year last
He
year,
came off that
but
Mickey Mouse high. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, sorry, I had to get that.
All right, so that's the East. I'm sticking with the Heat, and then same thing. How it is right
The
now.
Suns
The
are
Suns
way too far ahead of everyone else. But they lost Chris Paul.
The Suns have to be the favorites. Yeah. Yep.
They lost Chris Paul.
So a healthy Chris Paul, I'm giving the Suns. I'm saying the Suns are going to be the favorite to win it all right now. Without a healthy Chris Paul, out of the West, I'm still going to kind of favor the Warriors, but sleeper team, the Clippers.
I like that.
And
I
actually,
like that.
I like what they did at the deadline, getting Powell and Covington. So here's a lineup that the Clippers could play with. They could play with Kawhi if he's healthy, Paul George, Marcus Morris, Powell, and Covington. All 5 wings. Covington can play the big man. They still have Terrence Mann,
They are
Kennard,
loaded.
Batum.
If
they are
set.
set.
If they get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard back, they can
win the West.
They're gonna make some noise. I think that's the thing no one's talking about too, is the fact that both those guys are projected to come back within the next like 2 months, like right before the playoffs.
Yep.
And low key, I think it's all load managing. I think a part of this is all load management.
No, it's possible.
Like, I don't know, if they play like, let's say the Grizzlies round 1.
Yeah, they're the 8th seed right now. They need to win some games, but they're not too far behind moving up in the standings a little bit.
It's pretty jam packed. Like the Timberwolves, do you really trust the Timberwolves to hold on to the 7? No.
Oh.
Nuggets are so injury prone, so who knows? They're so inconsistent.
Jokic is playing great, but their team, the Mavs, I still don't trust the Mavs, even though Brunson's been playing well. Luka's still Luka. The Jazz didn't really make a lot of moves at the deadline.
They just got rid of Ingles.
They got rid of Ingles.
He was already towards ACL. He's out for the year. I still like the Jazz though. I will say I like the Jazz's team. Conley, Mitchell, Rudy Gay, Gobert.
They play the right way. We'll see. They haven't had much playoff success, but
They
last
keep getting
year
fucked.
they
They keep
did
getting
blow.
fucked in the
They blew
playoffs
it.
by like
Yeah,
crazy, like in the bubble against the Nuggets, crazy performances. Yeah.
yep.
So
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell's a superstar. He'll carry them. Morant, we'll see if he can play well in the playoffs. Another young guy there. But yeah, don't sleep on the Clippers. They can definitely make noise if
yeah,
they're healthy.
that was actually something I forgot to mention. Like my favorite thing is like after the trade deadline, where someone's like, "Who won the trade deadline?" We're really the Clippers won the trade deadline. They get two
Yeah.
superstars in like 2 weeks. So really, I mean, theoretically though, you could really say that they really won. But let's go ahead and wrap this
Yep.
thing up. So that those are your picks for the East and West. If you had to pick one team right now, Arca, to fall out of the playoffs in each division or each conference, which team are you picking to fall out of the playoffs? In the play-in, like they're literally fall out of everything.
No plan at all.
No
either.
plan either.
Okay. So out
They
of the
have to be an
East,
8 seed or over. Have to be an 8 seed or over.
Eight seed or over. Okay, so we're going straight hot takes here.
What the fuck do you expect from me?
So, I mean, in the East, I'd probably say the most likely team to fall out are probably the Raptors. We can see if they can keep up this pace. And then in the West, I would probably say, Minnesota has to be the most likely team
Those are
to fall
too easy.
out.
Those are too easy. Let's pick.
Yeah, I mean, those are the most obvious. You're trying to go hot take here?
Let's get spicy. I'm gonna pick one. Here's my spice.
Before we go for it, I know what you're
am
gonna
I
say.
gonna say?
You're gonna say the Brooklyn Nets. They're not gonna.
No, actually, not even kidding. That was on the tip of my tongue. But I'm changing my tune. The Boston Celtics.
Okay. That's a terrible take.
The only reason I'm saying that is just because I don't trust the Jasons or the Jays.
That's also a terrible take.
This.
But I'll let you take that one up. I want you to tell that to Scalabrine.
Well, I have to pick a team over 8 that isn't the Toronto Raptors. So I picked literally the other team that was right above the Raptors, and it's the Boston Celtics. I'm not going to pick the Bucks.
Okay.
If the Cavs weren't so high up, I'd pick the Cavs. But they're too far up. And I don't know. Same thing with same thing with the Bulls. I'd pick all those teams if they weren't so fucking far up. But the fact that the Celtics are down low, that is. But anyway, in the West, this one won't. I don't think this one's going to be a hot take. I'm going to say the Nuggets.
Yeah, I mean, if Jokic gets hurt, that could,
at that point,
they're done. But he's playing at an MVP pace right now. Like I mentioned before, it's probably him and Embiid. 1, 2. However you want to order them. He has better stats than he did last year, and he won MVP. So you could argue, he should win again. But what Embiid's doing is definitely very special. But we'll see what happens with both teams. Obviously, the Sixers are top of the East, and Nuggets are kind of fighting to stay in the playoff race. But that could be kind of a fun underrated finals. Embiid, Jokic, maybe not this year, but in the future.
Yeah, we're probably never going to see. We're probably never going to see Embiid and
Jokic. A big man final. I want to see a big man final.
My last take is not last take. This is my one more thing about the Lakers. 2 years ago, I said the Lakers were never going to win a championship when they got Anthony Davis because he was so injury prone. And somehow that Mickey Mouse bubble, Anthony Davis was healthy the entire time. But I think that's because it's because of the break.
You got to give him a little more credit than that. He was not only healthy,
playing out of his mind.
He was top 3. He was probably top 3.
And then ever since then, though, he came off the Mickey juice and the mouse juice, and he's just been hurt all the time. Like it's weird. You know how you have takes and it takes like a year for it to happen. That was one of my takes where it took. That was my take. It brewed. It had to sit. Had to like build up in the stomach, and then it finally just came out.
And at the time when AD won, the finals, people compared him to Giannis, and at the time, people, at this point, everyone rumors Giannis is a champion. But before then, everyone, said, can he win in the playoffs? Is he going to be clutch? Anthony Davis is way more talented. Think about how those scripts have flipped completely. Of just Giannis being the best player in the league right now. Or at least 1 and 2 with KD, Embiid, Jokic,
and he plays
guys.
In the playoffs.
LeBron obviously
he performs.
Yeah, and Anthony Davis he should be a top 3 player in this league, and he can't stay on the floor.
No, it sucks. All right, we I think I've tried to end this now like 3 times. because I gotta
All right.
edit.
That's
I
45
gotta
minutes
edit.
in.
You gotta go to bed for your real job. So
Yep.
with that said,
Appreciate the time today, Tommy. Thank you for having me on. Enjoy the podcast with Scalabrini. That should be a fun one. And then we'll catch up at the,
actually,
closer
here's
to the
here's the
playoffs.
last thing. Archatecht. If there's
Yeah.
anything you want me to tell Brian Scalabrini on behalf of the Archatecht, what am I gonna tell him?
Ask him why Paul Pierce bowed to the Knicks fans when he hit that game winner.
Okay. Kevin Garnett needs to grow up, by the way.
That one.
I just want to say Kevin Garnett needs to grow up.
Oh, yeah, with the Ray Allen
grow up,
situation.
Right. That's over.
Yeah.
That's it. That's our final word. Final word.
right.
Kevin Garnett. Grow
All
the
right.
fuck up. You're like 45, 46 years old, dude. You get over
Yeah.
it. You went to another team. You won another championship. You're a grown ass man. What the fuck? All right.
We're going to end it on that.
All right. That was awesome catch up with our boy Arca. Always a fun time talking to him. I don't think he's understood. We haven't recorded it yet, but I'm just going to assume he's still trying to be professional. And he still doesn't realize we can kind of do whatever we want on this program. We are literally no rules mode 24/7. But anyway, it's Friday. It's medals time. We got this is a very fun edition. We have a segment coming out of this. But let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's start off with our bronze medals. I'll go first. My bronze medal goes to the fortune teller. He's the smartest human being in the world. It's Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving gets my bronze medal. He's going to be allowed to play the rest of the season. New York City mandates are finally being lifted. It's like Kyrie saw this coming. Kyrie's smarter than you. He's smarter than me. He's coming back. The Nets are going to win the NBA Finals because Kyrie Irving is back. He's smarter than you, smarter than me, and he is back and didn't have to take the vaccine. So good for Kyrie.
We should add a tier to the Galaxy Brain meme, where underneath the Galaxy Brain is just Kyrie.
Yes, I'm all aboard. He's on the flat Earth train. But we might need to get back on the flat Earth thing because Kyrie Irving's been writing so many other things. Hot seat, round earthers.
Yes, all of us are. We're in trouble now.
Yeah, we're in deep shit. All right. Anyway, your bronze medal, Harry.
So my bronze medal goes to the bear, the myth, the legend, Hank the Tank, the 500-pound beast terrorizing California right now. May he never get caught. He's been breaking into houses, stealing food, and stealing hearts. So prayers up to Hank the Tank. I hope he doesn't get caught because he's getting shot on sight if he does. So
yes, he will.
May you keep riding, Hank.
Go ahead and go into your silver because my silver is this upcoming segment. So go ahead and give me your silver as well.
So my silver medal goes to the NBA draft chime.
Oh, yes, because we're all getting drafted this week, right?
Because we're all getting drafted. Yeah, we're all getting drafted. It's oh, God.
If you don't follow us on Instagram or TikTok, we posted a video of the very sad predicament we're going to have to face when we see Hezbollah in the streets. I had some people coming after me. They didn't realize I was joking. Like, no shit, we're not actually getting drafted. I'm not actually gonna go shoot Hezbollah.
No.
Dagestan isn't a part of Russia, which doesn't fit my narrative for the meme. But that meme's been going viral, so we're gonna make the meme. But like, we're Hezbollah boys. We love Hezbollah, but fucking.
How can you not love Hezbollah?
Yeah, exactly, dude. I have a fucking tapestry of Hezbollah. If I ever bring someone home, first thing they're gonna see is a giant fucking thing of Chef Hezbollah. Like. I'm the most pro Hezbollah person.
That gets them into bed, right?
Oh no, they always leave.
No.
They leave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what? If you don't fuck with Hezbollah, I don't want to fuck with you, literally. But anyway, let's move on to what is the biggest silver medal we've ever given. I wanted to give him the gold, but there's bigger things in life going on right now. But we're gonna go to our silver medal real quick. It is the hottest name in the Twitter game. It is Nick Adams. If you don't know who Nick Adams is, he is maybe the best troll Twitter on the internet. I don't know if he's really a troll Twitter bot, but there's no way I know he does everything on purpose, but I don't know if he's actually trying to be a troll or if he's trying to like go towards a certain base. Hot seat, by the way,
it's one or the other.
Definitely one or the other. But I just want to say, hot seat right now is Clay Travis. This is Clay Travis like territory, and this guy came in hot, and everyone likes this guy more than Clay Travis.
It's insane.
So
his tweets are
great.
Spicy.
So after we go through the tweets, we'll explain what we're gonna start doing going forward. But anyway, let's start off a little light. give you a little warm up into the world of Nick Adams if you have not seen this guy before. The Baltimore Ravens should sign Blake Bortles to give Lamar Jackson some serious competition and motivation to perform better. Remember, the best of all time, the BOAT, averages 6.4 yards per carry, while Jackson only averages just a merely 6 yards. Blake Bortles also has 2 playoff wins compared to Lamar Jackson's 1. He's got some points. He's got some points. Just say it. Anyway, we both got 3 tweets from Nick Adams. Harry, would you like to read your tweet?
Yeah, this guy goes, it's simply unfathomable that people sincerely think LeBron James is a top 15 player of all time. He made the parameters top 15. What the fuck is that?
See, this is a great warm up. This is actually a great warm up. Let's just keep this thing going. Next, Enes Kanter Freedom was a consensus first ballot NBA Hall of Famer before taking a stand against communist China and being blackballed by the league and the media. Let's just keep building on this. Just keep reading. Keep reading.
Yep. Basketball's Mount Rushmore does not include LeBron James or Steph Curry.
Next, Bubba Wallace is going to get smoked today at the Daytona 500. Is shocking a racer as terrible. I think we know what he means by terrible, as Wallace even qualified in the first place.
Yep. I mean, he's reaching out to his core audience, and you know what that means by terrible.
He's just so blatant about
and
it.
Then
your last one, and I got one more.
My last one. Pete Maravich was better than Steph Curry. No contest. He threw no contest in there, as if Steph isn't the greatest 3-point shooter to ever grace the NBA.
I want to point out we also don't agree with anything this guy says. I just want to. I gotta asterisk that. I gotta asterisk that. We do not agree with this single thing. I just think it is crazy.
It's funny as fuck because it's so just batshit insane.
It's he's not even trying to hide it. He's just not even trying to hide anything. Yeah. He's just out there and saying it. It's like what Clay Travis, Dan Dockich, all those guys want to say. But this is the last one. I got a bonus. This is a bonus, and this is what makes me really believe he's a troll. So this is his top 10 professional athletes in the world today. Number 1.
Oh, I haven't.
Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know what?
Okay,
that's fair.
That's fair.
Number 2, Novak Djokovic.
Oh,
he is the best tennis player. Maybe not the best athlete, but he's the best tennis player. So far,
Serena's a better tennis player than him.
So far, not too hot. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers. It's fair. Number 4, Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
So you notice a trend between 3 of the 4. See the case for 3 of the 4?
There's a little
trend. Number 5. Number 5 is where we start getting a little. Number 5, Colby Covington.
What the fuck?
Number 6, Enes Freedom.
Number 6.
Number 7, Blake Trianon. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Who the fuck is that?
Number 8, Jonathan Isaac. Number 9, Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh my god.
Number 10 is Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow?
Like,
no.
Oh man, I love how subtle he is at the beginning. He really turned a quarter at 5. This guy, he deserves this guy. The fact that how many followers does this guy have now? I think he only has he has 239.5 thousand.
Oh my god.
He is Australian by birth.
He's reaching his base.
He's Australian by birth, American by choice. So not even a real American. He's an American by choice, but hey, as far as
he's a Hulk Hogan.
All I'm saying is this: according to their views, he shouldn't be in this country, and he also shouldn't be an American. But that's not my viewpoint. That's their viewpoint. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's not fall in this little political hole. Let's not fall in this political. We're in war times.
Yeah,
get your hard hat on. But this is my gold medal. Again, it was gonna be Nick Adams. I'm sorry, dude. I wanted to give you it, but it goes to the Ukraine social media manager because they're just they're so funny. They're so fucking funny, dude. Like, what was it? The one they said was tell us at Russia and tell us how you really feel. Like they're it's just if we can't win the war on the ground, let's at least win on the internet. What was the other one they said?
They tweeted a picture of Hitler and Putin together,
and then that was the one I was referring to. That they're Oh my God, they're wilding. But that's just crazy. In 2022, like they're getting invaded by Russia, and they're like, you know what? Twitter fingers. Let's go out there and attack them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love 2022. Don't like the war.
Yeah.
Don't like that shit. Or I'm not supposed to say
no.
how I feel, but if you're pro-war, dude, you're fucking weird. Anyway, but yeah,
No, I
yeah,
agree.
exactly. You shouldn't be pro-war.
No.
That's what we got for our medals. Let's.
Oh, I got my gold.
Oh,
medal
that's right.
today.
Fuck, I forgot. Yep, medal. Go ahead.
Yeah. My gold medal goes to actress Annalyn McCord, who, if you have not seen, she's Putin's mommy. She she posted a video to Twitter today, reading a poem to Mr. Putin, in which she starts it off. The first sentence: "Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother." Who gave celebrities a platform?
I love, again, there is nothing like, imagine if like in 1942 or whatever, whenever, I don't know my history that well.
Yes.
But imagine like
1939.
Imagine when America decides, all right, let's go ahead and invade these motherfuckers. Let's go ahead and get into this war. Imagine like what fucking like Roosevelt would be tweeting right now. And of all the people who are like, imagine like all the anti-war people or all the people like pro-war. Like, I don't even know, like just Twitter back in the
Hawks versus the
40s.
Dubs.
Like, imagine Hitler on Twitter. Like, like I don't want to get in that hole. But just like imagine these kinds of people on Twitter, dude. Like this shit would be crazy, and we're actually getting to live through sort of part of it. It's
I don't
want to get too.
I'm just kind of tired of living through massive moments in history. It's getting a bit much.
I don't know. It's kind of sick in my opinion. Not like well, we have COVID. Like that was so as the young adults we are. I'm happy we have it now, even though it sucks. We have it now. At least it's now and not like when we're vulnerable. Like we're
exactly.
We're good.
Exactly.
We're going down. We're going down a path I don't want to go. Let's go ahead and get into our UFC Vegas 49 preview.
Yes. Yes.
Makhachev versus Bobby Green. We're not a politics show. We're a sports show. And if you ever ask us what our opinion is or why we're talking about sports, it's because our opinions don't matter. We are stupid. And like, for instance, we literally asked the face of Bellator if he could get a Trojan sponsorship on his cup. Like, do you want to hear my opinion on foreign policy? No one gives a fuck about foreign policy. I also said like,
actually, no. I don't have anything to say.
We're dipshits. We don't know anything about foreign policy. We don't know anything about politics. We just watch people.
I'm a sports media major for God's
sake. We're in
like,
sports media, dude. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Like last night when the invasion actually started, I'm over here sweating if fucking who did I bet on? Providence is gonna beat Xavier in triple overtime.
And they did.
They did. Thank God. Al Durham. God bless. But anyway, UFC Vegas 49 preview. God bless Al Durham. But UFC Vegas 49, Bobby Green, Nazil Makhachev. This is a low-key banger card. Last week was dog shit. And if you even don't even act like if you're like a hardcore ball or try hard, you'd be like, oh, that card was awesome. No, it wasn't. Get the fuck out of here. This card's actually great, but the order makes no sense to me whatsoever. Let's just go ahead and get started into it. So like the prelim fights, there's like 3 of these fights that should be in like I am pro women's rights. I am pro women's sports, all that kind of shit. We have a non-ranked women's fight as the featured fight at the 3rd spot of the main card. It makes no sense to me whatsoever because the next 3 fights I'm going to say out loud are a lot better fights. But anyway, we're going to get into that. So first one we got is Mahaj versus Gilmore. So for all my gamblers out there, no one gives a fuck about your bets, but for all my gamblers out there, Mahaj is on like a win-lose thing for the last 8 fights, and he's been like that since 2018. Last time he fought was in January, and he lost. Harry, casual, what's he gonna do?
Let's see here. He's on a cold streak.
No, God damn it! I said he's on a win-lose. Last time he lost.
Win-lose. I was looking at the card.
It's okay.
I think he wins here.
Exactly. That's the trend. He's gonna win. Yeah. And the guy he's fighting, again, my stats right. He is 6-4. Has only fought once in the UFC and lost. And I have no idea what the odds are, but just throw Brahmaj in your parlay and don't even sweat it. Just no one cares about your bets. No one cares about your parlays. But if you throw that in there, you shouldn't have to sweat. No, don't you dare say that L word.
Oh,
no one cares about your bets, but the L word is forbidden.
the
L word is forbidden. L word is
L
forbidden.
word forbidden.
L word is forbidden in this podcast. If you ever say the word,
Good to know.
I'm bleeping that, by the way. If I didn't bleep that, I'm sorry. But if you ever say that word, that's bleep. That's bleep. That's bleep. That's bleep. Forbidden. Fined. Multiple fines. Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
Starts with L and rhymes with
Whoa. Don't even hint at it. Anyway, McKinney Zion. So McKinney has been on the show before. But he doesn't get our bias, unfortunately. He doesn't get our bias. It was a while ago. You only get that bias for, or sorry, no bias.
Recency
you get
bias.
you get that bias that we don't actually have for one fight.
The non-recency bias.
Yeah, exactly. Jamal at least had a little bit. He had leftovers. He had leftover bias that we had to hold over for another fight. But so McKinney against Zion. This is a fight. I don't understand. I thought it would be on the main card, but it's not for that one women's fight. But this is the way it works. So McKinney has never gone to the distance. He has only made it out of the first round twice in his pro career, and that's only made it to the second round and the third round. It's always been finishes. Zion, on the other hand, hasn't finished anyone in a couple years, and he's never been finished in 6 years. I know a lot of people think this fight's going to end early. I'm going to go on a limb and say it's going to go to the distance. So
that's what I was going to say. I think I agree with you there. If one guy's never gone the distance, but one guy consistently goes the distance, it's probably going to go to the distance.
Yeah, it's a big thing where McKinney's a big die by the sword, live by the sword kind of guy. I don't know. I mean, one of them could get nuked early, but I think this might go to a distance. It's like when Gaethje and Chandler fought. Everyone thought there's no way this makes it past the first round.
Yeah.
They both got rocked heavy, but they made it all the way to the distance. It's one of those weird things where you think one thing is like 100% going to happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what sport it is. That shit always happens. But anyway, that's my hot take. That is my hot take of the entire card, is that fight goes a distance. So moving on.
Flames.
Zhu Rong versus Ignacio Bahamedes. There's no way you haven't seen this highlight KO by Bahamedes. He had a spinning wheel kick in his last fight. It was all over UFC social media. If you pay attention to UFC social media now, guarantee they're posting it right now. They're just gonna hype that shit up, kind of like when Buckley did his little like double kick thing. I don't even know how to actually say it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. Like this one of those KOs. Doesn't matter if you're casual, non-casual, don't even watch UFC. You've seen this knockout. But Zhu Rong, if you think he's just gonna walk through Zhu Rong, I'm so funny. But it's gonna be this will be a fun fight too. Again, I didn't look at any of the odds because no one really cares about your bets. But I think the general consensus is Bahamedes is gonna kind of get walked through. I don't know. Zhu Rong has pink hair this week. Be on the lookout. Even though
anytime someone gets a new hairstyle, it's always like, be careful.
Well, the one I heard Israel Adesanya talked about this. He had pink hair before he was supposed to fight Paulo Costa. And like the week before his fight, his dad was like, "Why the fuck do you have pink hair? When you rock the guy, he can still find you based on your pink hair because it's so bright."
Oh, I didn't.
Big level thinking. So there might be an opportunity where Zhu rocks the shit of Ignacio, but he sees his pink hair, and hey, I'm just saying,
it's a massive target.
Dumb brain thinking right there. That's the dumb brain take right there. So let's move on to the main card. And let's just go straight into it. Peter Sion versus Rodriguez. A lot of people high on Peter Sion, but Rodriguez's name is RoboCop. I don't have a whole lot of opinions on it. It's going to be a banger. I liked watching Peter Sion when he fought in the Contender Series. Should be fun. So I'm not going to get too in-depth on that one. I gave you guys I went like in-depth in like 2 other prelim fights. Get the fuck over it. Alvarez versus Tarsukian. This is the fight I thought should be the co-main or should be the featured bout. This fight's fucking awesome. This is 2 of the some of the best lightweight prospects you have. So at the moment we are taping this on Thursday. Joel Alvarez probably missed weight as it's getting aired on Friday. He cannot beat the scale. Dude is a weight gate every single weekend. So we'll see though. He's I saw a lot of comparisons to this being like the Dustin Poirier Korean Zombie fight from way back in the day. Kind of like one guy's kind of a weight class below he should be. But I don't know. It's going to be a banger. This will probably be fight of the night. I wouldn't be surprised if Alvarez walks through him. But I did see the odds for this because I was interested in this. Alvarez is somehow a plus 200 dog. Again, no one gives a fuck about your bets. That's pretty wide. I would take it. This should be like a pick'em. I don't understand how this is plus 200. It just doesn't make sense to me. So there's my little advice. If you do care about your bets, there's something I will literally die on a limb on. That is value. There is value for you.
Good to know.
There you go.
Good to know.
There you go. So that's all we got for that. Early prediction for fight of the night. And as I said before, co-main next fight, I'm not even going to talk about. It's fucking bullshit. It's 2 women's fighters who are unranked. I don't understand why they're the featured bout. Just give me a finish. They're both coming off. They're both coming off losses too. That's the other thing too. They're coming off of losses. Why the fuck are they the featured man? Where are they featured bout? They're both coming off losses.
Unranked, and coming off losses.
The fuck is this shit, dude? Then you got Serkinov versus Turman. So Serkinov, not Russian, born in the USSR, but he's not Russian, so we can cheer for him. Not to get into politics. He's only fought killers since he's been in the UFC. He recently dropped down to 185 and lost a split decision. Turman, whose last fight was a last win and only win in the past 3 fights was a split decision against none other than Sam Alvey. So again,
oh my god,
I don't understand this bout order. Like, it doesn't make sense. The third and second last fight don't make any sense whatsoever. So, but that leads us to the fight I've been looking forward to: Bobby Green, Islam Makhachev. Holy baby, Bobby Green. I said this weeks ago that right before Bobby Green fought Nasrat, I said if he wins, he's going to be kind of like on a Masvidal-like path to his growth. And literally all week, I've heard multiple people say the same exact thing. So not to take credit, I've been saying this shit for weeks. Y'all are hopping on the Bobby Green Masvidal wagon that I was on a while ago. So no big deal. I was on it, but whatever. Anyway.
Hey, no big deal.
As we've said, Harry, you're a casual. I told you to look up some stuff with Islam Makhachev. What have you figured out about Islam Makhachev?
Well, he's a close friend of Khabib.
Yes.
And continuously trains with him.
Yes.
He is a submission. He goes for submissions for the win for most of the time.
Yes.
He's gotten 10 of those.
Yes.
And he's a grappler.
Yes, he's a grappler. He's one of the best. He's the new Habib. That's what they're calling him, the new Habib. The new Habib. Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen in this fight, Harry, based on what we have found out with Bobby Green and Islam Makhachev?
I think Bobby's going to go for a quick KO to try to prevent any grappling from going on. But if that doesn't work...
so what do you think's going to happen?
I think Bobby catches him.
Oh, no, that's not what's going to happen. I'm going to tell him.
I want, but that's what I want.
That's what everyone wants to happen. That's what everyone wants to happen. Because especially in war times, even though Dagestan, as we've said already, is not a part of Russia, we are pro Bobby Green. Everyone's pro Bobby Green.
How can you not be?
We're also opposed to the Dagestanis, not because they're Dagestanis, but because we're sick of them just grapple fucking everyone to death and winning. Here's kind of where I can make a good comparison to all this. So as of like this week, what I've noticed is a lot of big talking heads in the MMA world are trying to talk up Bobby Green's like takedown defense. So you know how like in football and basketball and things like that, let's say like when LeBron James won his Mickey Mouse title in the bubble, they're talking about like how good, like they're talking about the Portland Trailblazers being the best 8th seed ever and blah, 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 to make that title run look even better than the Mickey Mouse title that it was. Know what I'm talking about here? Kind of see where I'm going with this? They're trying to talk up Bobby Green's like takedown defense as some of this elite level like takedown defense shit. It's not that elite. It's not. They're talking this up as if like Islam's not going to take him down. Islam's going to take him down. Like that shit's going to happen. So like
he's a great wrestler too.
Yes, they're leading up to his Mickey Mouse title shot. Even though he's won he's won a ton of fights in a row. He's got a great winning streak, but they're trying to get him a title shot off beating Bobby Green. All of Bobby Green. We're a pro Bobby Green podcast show. But he's he's not Benil Dariush, who was supposed to fight, who again, gotta love Benny. But anyway, it's just one of those things where it's they're trying to talk up Bobby Green to make Islam look better, which makes sense because they want to get the Dagestan market back, but it's the number one bullshit, brother, as Khabib would like to say. So, I made a lot of connections. I'm bringing every world of sport into this like we're supposed to be. I mean, we got a fucking football, basketball, and an octagon on our logo. I'm bringing it all back together.
Absolutely.
I didn't bring the football into that one. I don't know. We can make it out to be
tying it all in.
Let's tie it in with football. What's a good example of this? I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Who cares? Anyway, so there's other stuff going on in the world of the MMA. We got Mr. Van Zant, Austin Vanderfort, fighting Gigar Mousasi. Mousasi's is a top 5 middleweight in the world, defending his Bellator title. So that's on tonight. If you got a fix, you want to fit, you need fixed, watch it. Watch Bellator tonight. So it's gonna be a hell of a.
Never have a bad time watching Bellator.
No, you really don't, especially when our boy AJ's on there. But he's on for another month and a half.
That man is electric.
He better have that fucking sponsorship.
Imagine.
I am tweeting that bit.
The fight night comes up.
And he's like, yeah, I got a Trojan sponsorship on my cup, on my bulge.
Right. Yep.
I'm like that.
Yep.
I want my 0.5%. I want my 0.5% of that sponsorship.
Yeah. Toss me 50 cents real quick and I'll be on my way.
Someone needs to hire us, dude. We're brilliant. But anyway, that is our show. Saturday night we might have a post show. Who knows? We might. I don't know what my schedule is yet. We're very you have work. I figured. So we're kind of fucked on that one. So Sunday we will have our performance bonuses and fight of the nights for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. Those are always a fun time. Harry doesn't realize that's what we're doing now. I'm gonna explain that to him after because I kind of forgot to tell him about this earlier. My brain is always all over the place. But anyway.
Hey, we had a
huge day. And also we have a fuck ton of interviews coming up. So just to give you a little taste, we got Jack Shore coming up, friend of the program, recurring guest. We got Pat Ricard, fullback of the Ravens. He's coming on next week. Ali Quinta's coming on. Ken Flo's coming on to get us prepared for Jorge Colby. Man, we're fucking loaded over the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's kind of
special surprise tomorrow.
I don't know when that one's coming out though. So that's we'll keep that one. We'll keep that one in the chamber for days like today. For days like today, we'll keep that in the chamber for days like today. But we're loaded now that we're going back to like fighters who speak English in the UFC and like Bellator picking up again. We're gonna get more fighters. We're gonna have hopefully multiple interviews per show like we did for the most of January. February's just kind of been crazy. Agents are not responding to me like they had been. We were on such a hot streak. But well, who cares? We have enough friends to where if we're desperate, we'll have them on. We have friends who are fighting again. We'll get Aaliyah Tapuria back on, or we should. So we'll get that on there. A lot of show. We're going great. Big things coming. That's the show. Have a weekend. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with me all the way to the end. I just want to once again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.fit. If you're looking to better yourself, make sure you go to download the app or visit the website Living.fit today.